November brings sad news for Jack Reacher fans. Reacher fans are riding high after the recent news that the hit Prime Video series has already been renewed for Season 4 long before the Season 3 premiere. But another corner of the franchise isn't looking so hot. Netflix has officially announced that both Jack Reacher and Jack Reacher Never Go Back, the film starring Tom Cruise, will depart the platform at the end of the month. Cruise's Jack Reacher movies also feature other stars like Richard Jenkins, David Oyelowo, Cobie Smulders, Aldous Hodge, Robert Knepper, and Holt McCallany. And the first film sits at a 64% score from critics and a 67% rating from audiences on Rotten Tomatoes, while the second dropped to 38% and 42% scores from critics and audiences, respectively, on the aggregate site. Cruise's veteran partner, Christopher McQuarrie, directed and wrote the script for the first Jack Reacher movie. McQuarrie has directed Cruise in a plethora of other projects, including the last 3 Mission Impossible movies and Mission Impossible 8, which is expected in theaters on May 23, 2025. As a writer, McQuarrie's resume with Cruise is even stronger, as he also wrote the screenplays for Top Gun, Maverick, and The Mummy, 2 Cruise films that were released in 2022 and 2017, respectively. McQuarrie also penned the scripts for Valkyrie, the 2008 film starring Cruise and Kenneth Branagh, and Edge of Tomorrow, the sci-fi epic which stars Cruise opposite Emily Blunt. McQuarrie will also write the script for the untitled Tom Cruise/Doug Liman projects, which aims to film in outer space. What other Tom Cruise movies are on streaming? You still have a few weeks to watch Jack Reacher 1 and 2 before they leave Netflix, but you can also watch all of Tom Cruise's Mission Impossible movies on Paramount+. Top Gun: Maverick is also streaming on Paramount+, along with the original Top Gun, which is also streaming for free on Pluto TV. The Mummy is streaming exclusively on Peacock, and Night and Day, Cruise's romantic action team-up with Cameron Diaz, is streaming on Max. Born on the 4th of July, the war biopic which earned Cruise his first Oscar nomination, can be streamed on Prime Video. Jack Reacher and Jack Reacher Never Go Back will leave Netflix on October 31. Stay tuned to Collider for future streaming updates, and watch both Jack Reacher films on Netflix before the end of the month. For fans of the indomitable Jack Reacher, November has arrived with a jolt of unwelcome news that has left a somber cloud hanging over the usually unshakable excitement surrounding the character. Jack Reacher, the towering hard-as-nails ex-military police officer created by British author Lee Child, has been a beloved figure in the world of thriller novels for over 2 decades. With millions of books sold worldwide, 2 feature films, and an Amazon Prime series under his belt, Reacher is more than just a fictional hero, he's a cultural icon. However, recent developments in November have left fans grappling with the future of their beloved character and the series that has captivated readers since 1997. The end of an era? Perhaps the most significant and disheartening news for Jack Reacher fans is the indication that the prolific author, Lee Child, may be taking a step back from his role as the primary writer of the series. In fact, this transition has been in the works for a few years now. Child, whose real name is James Dover Grant, has been steadily collaborating with his younger brother, Andrew Grant, who now writes under the pen name Andrew Child. This partnership was intended to ease the older Child into retirement, while allowing Andrew to carry the torch for future Reacher novels. While this collaboration has produced a few new Reacher novels, including The Sentinel, 2020, and No Plan B, 2022, the reception has been mixed. Longtime fans have noticed a subtle shift in the tone and style of the books since Andrew joined the writing team. While Lee Child's distinctive voice, a combination of concise prose, hard-hitting action sequences, and Reacher's calculating intelligence still permeates the books, Andrew's influence is becoming more apparent. For some readers, this change is bittersweet, as it signals that Lee Child may eventually hand over the reins entirely to his brother. In November, rumors swirled that The Secret, the upcoming Reacher novel set for release next year, may be one of the last in which Lee Child plays a significant role, marking the end of an era. For fans who have been with Jack Reacher since his debut in Killing Floor, this news feels like losing a part of the character's essence. Lee Child's voice and Reacher's adventures have been inextricably linked, and while Andrew Child is a talented writer in his own right, it remains to be seen whether he can fully capture the gritty, visceral nature of his brother's work. The sadness that accompanies this news is compounded by the fact that, for many readers, Jack Reacher is not just a character in a book, but a symbol of justice, independence, and the thrill of seeing the underdog come out on top. The future of the Jack Reacher TV series on the screen, Jack Reacher's Journey, has been equally turbulent in November. After the release of the first season of Reacher on Amazon Prime Video in February 2022, the series quickly garnered a massive following. Starring Alan Ritchson as the titular character, the show received praise for its faithfulness to the original novels, especially in terms of portraying Reacher's formidable size and no-nonsense attitude qualities that were less evident in the Tom Cruise-led films. Ritchson's towering 6'5" frame and intense, yet measured portrayal of Reacher was a breath of fresh air for die-hard fans, many of whom had been disappointed with Cruise's version of the character. With the show's success, fans eagerly awaited the arrival of the second season, which was expected to premiere in late 2023. However, November brought unexpected delays in the production, reportedly due to the ongoing strikes and logistical challenges faced by the entertainment industry. While these strikes have affected numerous film and television projects across the board, the news still came as a heavy blow for fans who had been counting down the days until they could once again immerse themselves in Reacher's world. The delay in the release of Reacher Season 2 has fueled concerns about the long-term viability of the series. Although Amazon Prime has expressed continued interest in developing future seasons, the uncertainty surrounding the show's production timeline has led some fans to worry about potential cancellations or even a shortened run. Given the rising costs of production and the competitive streaming landscape, some fear that Reacher might not receive the long-term commitment it deserves, especially if the industry's broader economic issues persist. Adding to these concerns is the potential shift in tone for the series moving forward. The first season was primarily based on Killing Floor, the first novel in the series, and it captured much of the raw energy and intensity that made the book so iconic. However, there is speculation that future seasons might stray from the darker, grittier elements of Reacher's world in favor of a more mainstream, action-oriented approach. This possible tonal shift could alienate some of the series' more hardcore fans, who have come to expect a certain level of psychological depth and intensity from Reacher's storylines. An uncertain path ahead despite the setbacks, there are still reasons for Jack Reacher fans to remain hopeful. The character's enduring popularity means that he is unlikely to disappear from bookshelves or screens anytime soon. Andrew Child's growing involvement in the novels, while met with some resistance, could ultimately breathe new life into the series, particularly as he grows more comfortable with his brother's world. The Jack Reacher novels have always thrived on their ability to evolve with the times, and it's possible that Andrew could bring a fresh perspective that appeals to both old and new fans. Similarly, while the TV show's future may be uncertain, the overwhelming success of its first season indicates a strong audience demand for more Reacher stories. Amazon Prime is unlikely to let go of a proven hit, and once the production hurdles are cleared, fans can expect to see more of Alan Ritchson's compelling portrayal of Reacher in the years to come. With the right balance of creative direction and fan input, the show has the potential to become a lasting staple in the thriller genre. Still, the November news has cast a shadow over what should have been a time of anticipation and excitement for Reacher fans.